Alright mate, how you doing? Welcome back to another episode of IMO, and in this video, in my opinion, Big Sam Allardyce might not be the worst appointment as England manager, and this is coming from a West Ham fan who was happy to see him leave our club. Let me explain. So, the news is out. It's looking like Big Sam Allardyce is going to be the next England manager. A lot of people aren't happy about this. A lot of people don't want to see his style of football representing our national team. A lot of people don't want to see someone without a big club experience running the country's team. But I think you've got to look at all the factors here. You've got to consider a lot of different things. First of all, how important is it to you that England's national team is managed by an Englishman? Okay, this is the first thing you've got to consider. The FA seem to only really have been considering English people. We know they interviewed Big Sam and Steve Bruce. They were looking at Eddie Howe. The only other foreign national that really got a look in terms of the press was Jurgen Klinsmann. So if you're of the opinion, and I'm not saying I am, but if you're of the opinion that an Englishman must manage England, Big Sam is probably the best option, okay? Eddie Howe is a young, promising manager, and on paper, he could be an amazing England manager one day, but it's way too early for him. You do not want to rush it. You need to let him get plenty of experience. As an Englishman, running the England national team is the pinnacle of your career. After you do it, if you do it badly, it's going to be difficult for you to ever, show yourself. And look at Steve McLaren, right? Steve McLaren went to it quite early, England job, didn't really work out for him. He had to go and manage in other countries for a number of years before he got another job in England. And even then, at Newcastle most recently, it hasn't gone well for the lad. Eddie Howe needs to be left alone, in my opinion, give him a little bit more time to grow as a manager. Because look at Gary Neville as well. A couple of years ago, we were all saying, Gary Neville's a hero. We all love his punditry. He's going to be a great manager one day. Let's get him as the England job. His first job at Valencia didn't work out very well. Suddenly, he's no longer on the radar. We do not want to rush Eddie Howe. That's why, for me, he's not an option for the England boss. Now, for me, the fact they chatted to Steve Bruce was actually a decoy. I think the FA were interested in Big Sam. They were getting some stick, so they thought they'd interview someone who people would be less happy with, Steve Bruce, so that Big Sam then looks like a better option. I like Steve Bruce, he's a good lad, but Big Sam has definitely done better in his managerial career than Bruce has. But now you come to the question of whether they have to be English, because there's no doubt the best managers in the world aren't English. Okay, there's a lot of good foreign managers. We've had a few in recent years, obviously. Fabio Capello, Sven-Göran Eriksson, and they've not done as badly as our England managers. Some of them have done. Fabio Capello is pretty bad in the end, to be fair. But do we need a foreign manager? For me, I don't mind what country they're from. I just want the best man for the job. And there are some exceptional managers out there. However, I don't think we can get him as England boss for a number of reasons. First of all, if you were to ask me my three first choices for England manager in the world, I'd probably say this: Jose Mourinho, gone. Obviously now managing Manchester United. Jurgen Klopp, I'd probably say that's one German that I'd happily have in charge of England. However, he's busy at Liverpool. And Pep Guardiola, I'd have him at England as well, but he's just signed a new deal obviously with Man City. So now we come to the question, in the same way that the Premier League might be hindering the advancement of the England national team because of the amount of foreign players they have there, is the Premier League also competing with the England national team in terms of managerial positions? Because in this summer transfer window, we have signed, as a league, the best managers in the world. We haven't got the best players in the world in the Premier League. We don't play the best football in the Premier League. We do have the most competitive league, and now we have the best managers. And because these new managers have gone and signed for these new clubs, they're not going to look to go to an England position. And also, you've got to ask yourself, would they want to go to England? Like, Jose Mourinho has managed some amazing clubs. He's managed, Champions League winning teams. Man United is one of the biggest jobs in football. England isn't anymore. Let's face it. It's actually a bit of a poison chalice. It's very hard to do well. It's been proven that we've got something wrong with us as a country and we just can't raise it at big occasions. It's the perfect job for a manager that wants to prove themselves. It's not the perfect job for someone that's already proved themselves, like the big boys. I would have loved us to go after Jose Mourinho, and you'd like to think the FA could have seen it coming, obviously leaving Chelsea, thinking Roy Hodgson could leave after the Euros. Why were they not tapping up Jose Mourinho? Maybe they were. I don't know, but I don't think he would have necessarily wanted to take the job, especially if you knew of Man United's interests. And also, the FA don't like people like Jose Mourinho. It's the same reason they never gave Harry Redknapp the job years ago, because they don't like people that aren't yes men. They don't like people that are outspoken and do their own thing. They want someone that's going to toe the party line, which Jose Mourinho and Harry Redknapp certainly would not have done. Now, let's concentrate on Big Sam for a while, okay? Why has he got the England job? Well, for me, Big Sam is someone that at every club he's managed at, he has met or exceeded his objectives, okay? He's never fallen short, which is actually quite impressive. Not many managers can say that, all right? He managed my club for a while. In the end, we were happy to see him leave because he kind of reached his potential with our club. But look at what he did. He came in when we got relegated. He got us back up, first time of asking. Then we just wanted to stay in the league. He got us pushing for the top 10 in the league 2 years in a row. We only got rid of him in the end because we wanted a change of direction and we kind of had fulfilled our journey under Big Sam. But he does meet expectations. Likewise with Sunderland, who looked like they were destined for relegation. He kept them up 2 seasons in a row. He's very good at what he does. When he was manager of Newcastle, he kept them up, or was going to keep them up. They got rid of him. They went down. Same with Blackburn, all right? He might not win you the league. He might not play the most exciting football, but he gets the job done. And that's exactly what England need right now. Someone that is going to get results. Someone that is going to meet expectations as a minimum. At the Euros just gone, our expectations would have been quarter-final or semi-final, okay? So no one would have expected Big Sam to go and win the tournament, and maybe he never will win a tournament for England. But I think he'll get us where we need to be. I think he'll actually allow us to reach potential. And surely, at a minimum, that's what we've got to be aiming for. To come out and say we're going to win a tournament is madness. We just got knocked out by Iceland, for crying out loud. All we need is someone that can come in, organise the boys, do a nice bit of man management, make them feel good about themselves, make them feel confident, and get us to just fulfill our potential. I'm not sitting here asking us to win a tournament. I'm realistic. I want us to go to a tournament, play well, play to at least a par level, and come out with our heads held high, like the likes of Wales did in this tournament, okay? They didn't win it, but they left it feeling like heroes. I want that feeling. I think Big Sam might be able to give it to us. And sure, we might not play the most free-flowing tiki-taka football along the way. However, I don't always agree with the judgment that Big Sam's a long ball specialist. He does what is best for his team. He's notoriously managed teams that haven't got the best players. So he makes a system that allow a team with worse players to beat a team with better players. Sometimes that means getting a big man up top and lumping the ball up to him. But let's remember, when he's in charge of Bolton, he had the likes of JJ Okocha and Yuri Djokayev. Right, these are attacking, skillful, creative players, not people that just want to lump the ball forward. When he has good players at his disposal, he can allow them to play. The England job is going to be the first time Big Sam has actually had a squad of decent players. It's going to be the first time he's going into most of his games as a favourite, particularly in qualifying. The pressure will be on him to win, whereas most of the time the pressure's been on him not to get beat as a manager of an underdog. At the end of the day, it can't get any worse, can it? I can't see Big Sam doing any worse than our last 5 or 6 managers, all right? He's gonna do okay. I'm confident of that. The real losers in this scenario are Sunderland, okay? Because depending on who they get in as a replacement for Big Sam, they could be doomed. They've been escaping relegation at the last minute for the last, I think, 4 seasons now under Poyet, Di Canio and Big Sam. It may be a bridge too far for them this time. David Moyes is the favourite to get the job. He's going to have a big task on his hand to get the players he wants to keep them in the league. But overall, I am not displeased with the appointment of Big Sam as England manager. I don't think he's got the credit he deserves. I don't think he got it when he was at West Ham or any of the clubs. He does a good, solid job. My only question mark on him is that he's never really won anything. But with England, I don't think you've got to win anything, Sam. You've just got to do us proud. You need to get out of a group stage, obviously by doing well in qualifying, and then win some knockout games. We just want to see our country win some knockout games. Get us to a quarter-final or a semi-final, and you're golden. You'll literally be our best manager in like 2-3 decades, mate. So I've said my piece on Big Sam as the new England manager. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Are you happy with the appointment? If you're not, who would you have made the England manager? Leave their name in the comments, but also some reasons why. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Until then, don't go changing.